Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship his holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul. I'll worship your holy name. You're rich in love and you're slow to anger. Your name is...
Hi, I'm Brendan Prout, the San Diego Star Wars Society, San Diego Community Bible Church, the 501st, the Rebel Legion, the Browncoats. Trying to think of what other organizations I might possibly be a part of that are involved here. Oh yeah, San Diego Comic-Con International Programming Staff, volunteer. This is year 29 attending the convention, 27 volunteering, 13 exhibiting, and being a panelist and a presenter on the programming here.
So you're a geek and a pastor. How does that work?
How does that work?
Yeah.
Well, it works like this. I figure if Jesus were walking here in the flesh today in San Diego, this is where he would be during this particular week in San Diego. He said that it wasn't the healthy who needed a doctor, but the sick, and there are a lot of people in this place who don't know the Lord. So try to be a light in the community, try to be salt in this place, and be something a little different. Show people what a true follower of Jesus looks like by being involved in their lives, and showing them what real love looks like in a practical way by doing life with them in this wonderful experience. And I just enjoy the geeky stuff myself.
Now, how did you come to this geekiness of yourself? Like, how did you come across comic books? I'm kind of guessing it has something to do with Star Wars.
Yes, when I was 3 years old, my father took me to see Star Wars for the first time, and I made him sit through it a second time. It was back in the days where you didn't have to leave when he went to see a movie. Okay. You could just stay and watch it again. So we watched it twice. That was enough for my mother. She bailed out, and immediately got into the Kenner action figures and the vehicles. I still have my X-Wing and my TIE Fighter and my Land Speeder from when I was a little kid. Fell in love with the movies, and just down the dark side path I went.
That's pretty impressive.
But ever since then, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, Lord of the Rings. If it's geeky, it's probably something I'm interested in.
No, I mean, I've tested you. I mean, you definitely passed the geeky test. Oh, what's this right here? I hear that you brought a friend with us.
Yes, this is my GNK4 Gonk droid.
Okay.
It's a power droid replica that I made, fashioned after one of the droids in the original Star Wars trilogy.
Gotcha.
And basically it walks around in the movie and says Gonk.
Oh, nice.
If it's not being tortured by evil robots in Jabba the Hutt's palace.
Now tell me, what are you going for this year? Because last year you did the whole Stormtrooper thing, going on vacation, which that was awesome. What's this year about?
Well, today I'm dressed as Jane Cobb from the series Firefly.
Okay.
He's the ship's muscle ruffian, does whatever the captain needs him to do.
Wow.
So carries a lot of guns and grenades. They took away my grenades, but I've still got a Nerf gun here, so I'm ready for action.
This is like Geek Vegas nerd prom for you, I'm sure. And on top of all this, you also get a bonus. Tell us about what you did on Sunday morning for us.
Sunday morning, I led our 6th annual worship service at Comic-Con.
Okay.
We started off the first 4 years doing it outdoors. There's an outdoor amphitheater, and we just started getting together. We figured there are a bunch of Christians who are here from out of town.
Yes.
And they're missing the opportunity to worship with their regular church, so we'd provide an avenue for them to worship the Lord here at Comic-Con. And it's grown over the last 6 years. Now we're inside in a program room with a full band and sound system, and do a half-hour worship service that dovetails into the Christians in Comic Publishing panel put on by the Christian Comic Arts Society. So we partner with them, Geeky Guys for God, GeeksForChrist.net, Church at Rancho Bernardo, of course, our church, San Diego Community Bible Church. And it's a wonderful partnership. In the past, we've had people from Horizon Christian Fellowship and Coast Christian Fellowship as well partner with us to make this happen. So it's a wonderful opportunity just to provide an avenue for Christians here to worship the Lord while they're here at Comic-Con. But it's also a pretty strong statement to those who would witness what we're doing, because they don't know what Christian worship looks like. And while worship is for the believer, not the unbeliever, it does open a lot of avenues, a lot of doors for conversation to share the gospel. Gentleman that I was talking with last night while I was running one of the panels was asking me, well, how does that work? You're a pastor and your church is okay with you being here? I'm like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
You know, Jesus who told me, he's like, well, I don't know anything about that. I said, oh, you don't know anything about Jesus? So I said, great. As soon as we're done here, I need to tell you about Jesus. So we went out in the hallway after we were done running the room and shared the gospel with him and told him about things that the Lord did while he was here before he was crucified, rose again, and it was just amazing because he had never heard the gospel, he'd never heard these stories, he knew nothing about the Lord, and he's like, wow, thanks for taking the time. And then when I was able to plug him in with the CCAS aspect, did you know, right on our floor, you can go buy a manga version of the Bible. You can buy comic book versions of the Bible so that, you can, and he's like, really? Oh, that's great. Oh, I got to check that out.
Wow.
So, sharing the Lord here is such a, it's a very personal thing. It's very one-on-one. We're not going out and, looking for the masses to come to the Lord, but these one-on-one opportunities to plant seeds of the gospel and share the Lord is really what a big part of what brings me back year after year after year.
Shameless plug, just a small little testimony. I actually met Brandon in 2011. He was my supervisor, and same thing happens. I had a question about, wait, I just got saved, why am I at Comic-Con? And you just went all the way, and I just realized, oh, so that's why I'm so addicted to Comic-Con. I can actually use this as a ministry and do these, tribute videos for Jesus and see where this, goes from there. Yeah. Now, going back to the panel this morning, what were your thoughts about it? And what do you think about the faith-based genre that's just booming right now, especially with 2014, all the movies that came out?
Anything that gets us in the conversation with people who don't know the Lord, or even with those I would consider the ethnic Christians. They consider themselves to be Christians because their parents were or their grandparents, but they're not practicing, they're not active in their faith. Maybe they don't really know what faith was, they never read the Bible, and they're biblically illiterate. So any opportunity for me as a teacher, I love the opportunity, that Bible series that was on TV this last year, to sit down and watch it. And my son was going, wait, stop, pause. That's not right. This is what the Bible actually says about it. And opening up this conversation with us, and then they could open the conversation with their friends. And I could open the conversation with my friends. Hey, did you watch that Bible series? Oh, yeah, I didn't know that the angels were like ninjas running around slaying people with swords and stuff. Like, yeah, it's not really written like that in the Bible. Here's what the Bible says.
Metaphorically speaking,
The Bible is even like cooler, actually. How, it's pretty gnarly, and they're like, oh, whoa, why didn't they show that? That sounds like a much better, So even these movies like Noah
was a big one,
that are
wow, that was a lot of
creative, very creative, a lot of interesting embellishments, and I can tell people, well, this is what the Bible really says. Here's what a Christian life really looks like. And there's the occasional movie that comes out what puts us in a pretty harsh light. Sometimes it's deserved and sometimes it's not, but really anything that keeps the Lord in the spotlight with the ability for me to teach or correct or train or help people get to know, hey, this is the Lord and this is what he really is like. This is just a shadow. This is a counterfeit. This thing that you saw, that's really not on the mark. Or on the opposite side, when they show something and it seems like it's spot on, like that was great. I love how they showed this element of his character, because God's a person. He's active, he's vibrant, he's living, he's involved with us. And when you see that aspect, not this reclusive guru thing that people like to paint Jesus as, like, look, kids loved him. They climbed all over him. He went to parties. He turned water into wine. People wanted to be with him. That speaks a lot to his personhood and what he was like, what he is like. as a person. And people, have this very vague perception of what God is like when you can wrap it around the person of Jesus and his humanity. Oh, wow, God's like this? Cool,
Yeah.
I want to know that God.
Yeah. Pastor Brendan, I could sit down and talk to you for hours because I just find the stories that you share and what you preach about is just so amazing. So I'm really glad we got a chance to see you this year, and we had a really up close personal chat with you, as well as singing backup vocal with you guys as well.
It was a pleasure.
And we just hope that next year we can go even bigger. And for you folks out there who would like to join us for next year's Comic-Con, just look us up on the website, and we hope to see you there too soon.
Yeah,
So-
Lord willing, we'll be there again, possibly in room 28DE at 9:30 in the morning.
Or
and-
Hall H, you never know.
Who knows?
That's our goal. So keep coming. Come on.
That'd be cool. Yeah, keep coming and join
Yeah,
us.
awesome. Well, thank you so much, Pastor Brendan, and enjoy the rest of your
Thanks.
con.
God
It's
bless.
great. Thank you.